Hey there! I love these little hands, these little clappy hands. This is really funny. As I was moving, I found these little clappy hands, and secret, my ex-husband and I used to send lumpy mail to a group of people that we were trying to attract to our business. We actually, it's kind of a Dream 100 thing, only for customers. In a way, you can use lumpy mail campaigns to do that. And so we did that. And one of the things that we did was I put these little hands in there. I used to do funny things for lumpy mail. It was really fun for me. I like mail. Everybody likes getting mail, but you like getting fun mail, right? You don't like getting boring old bills or junk mail that are the same old postcards and pieces. And so it was a creative outlet for me. So it was fun to do things. But today, talking about hitting the road, hit the road, Jack, because that, as soon as I saw the idiom and the expression hit the road, it reminded me of the song and it started playing in my head. Hit the road, Jack, right? Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no more, no more, no more. I don't even remember when that song's from. It might be from the 60s or the 70s. It might be from when I was a little girl. I don't remember. Anyway, hit the road, great expression. Frustrating for me a little bit. And I'm not frustrated, but I'm just like curious now because and I even looked it up online and tried to find history of the expression hit the road. I don't know how long it's been around. Maybe it hasn't been around that long. Maybe it's only been around, since English and American English or English speaking. I don't know. Didn't say where it came from. Didn't say. I couldn't find. And, you can always find what it means and what people understand it to mean now, but you can't find always the origin of these expressions. Now it's funny because some of these obscure expressions that no one's ever heard of before, they have this huge history of where they came from and how they've been used over time. And this is one that's, maybe it's so common is why it doesn't have a good history on it. But it of course means to begin a journey or to leave. I say it means to hit the road, Jack. So have you ever told someone to hit the road? Probably, right? If you're not with the person that you originally dated, one or the other of you told one another to hit the road. Maybe you didn't say hit the road or hit the road, Jack, or hit the road, Sharon, but you said, bye-bye, sayonara, I'm not going to see you anymore. One of the most fun times of telling someone to hit the road was with my ex-husband. I told him to hit the road. I don't think I actually said hit the road. I think I probably had a couple of superlatives that I expressed with the I'm done with this, smell you later kind of thing. But hit the road, I like it because it actually is one that, for the most part, we have a positive connotation with. We don't usually think the negative of kicking someone out or kicking somebody to the curb. It's more to begin a journey, to begin an adventure, to start something new, to leave. Who doesn't want to leave for vacation? Yes? We don't want to leave when we get cut from our job, either laid off or fired or let go or downsized or right-sized or whatever they call it, depending on the situation. And here's the funny thing about that. I realized that whether you get fired or laid off and let go, it kind of feels the same no matter what. Although there's a good distinction there. I have been both. I will admit I've been both fired and laid off because the business was sold to somebody else. And they both hurt because you're not there anymore. You're not a part of that organization anymore. But depending on why you got fired, though, that didn't bother me either. So I guess I always thought of being let go from one organization as a blessing because it meant I was moving into something else that was probably better for me, better suited for me and my personal growth and development. But it hurts whenever somebody tells you to hit the road. But when you choose to hit the road, when you choose to put your foot down and move towards something that you want, it feels really, really good. It's fun to go on journeys and adventures. It's fun to go after the things that we want in life. Or mostly it's fun, right? Sometimes we misstep and we make a mistake. Sometimes we actually fall down flat on our face, been known to happen, but we still get up. We get back up and we take another step. Hit the road, the expression actually comes from hooves, horse hoofs hitting the ground. So how long ago could that expression be from, right? People have been chasing people out of villages and clans and tribes for centuries, right? Probably since the cavemen. Somebody was kicked out of the cave and they had to hit the road. They had to have their feet hit the road as they were taking steps out of the cave. I don't know. So obviously it's nudging my curiosity as to where the heck and when the heck did this expression, I think the thought behind the expression has been around probably forever, but the actual term hit the road, where the heck did that come from? When did it start being used? It doesn't matter, right? Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. So how can it affect us? It affects us in a lot of ways, right? to me, it reminds me to don't wait forever and procrastinate to do something. When you get an urge or a desire to do something, take an action toward it immediately. Take a step toward it right away, and you'll know if it's right for you or not. If I decide I decided today, here's an example. I decided this morning I want to do a 5-day no sugar challenge. And so what am I going to do? As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to make a quick video on my Thrive Challenge page saying, hey, does anybody want to join me in a 5-day no sugar challenge? I am starting today. You can start tomorrow if you want, but I'm starting right now today. I'm not going to eat any sugar for 5 days. And will sugar sneak into my body and my diet? Yes, because there is sugar in pretty much everything that we eat. But I'm going to make a concerted effort to not have any sugar for the next 5 days. Why am I deciding that? Why did I decide that this morning and then I'm just going to start right now? Because as soon as I see something I want, I haven't been feeling awesome lately. I've had some headaches and stomach aches, and that's not like me. And so I know it's because since the holidays, when I was sick, I got the flu over the holidays, and after the holidays, I kind of made up for it, eating some sweets and kind of slacking off on some of my good habits. Not enough water, too many sweets. And so I just decided this morning, I need a cut. I need a cold turkey cut. And the way I do that is through challenges. I challenge myself to change a behavior or to get a result that I want really, really quickly. And I know that day 4 will be the worst because it always is. I've done this before. But once I get to day 5, it's easy to say no to sugar moving forward. So I just need to do a clean break. But I decide and I make a quick decision that I'm going to make that step. I'm going to take that action toward what I want. I'm not going to commiserate over it. I'm not going to spend 12 months planning it or a month planning it or a week planning it. I'm not going to say I'm going to start next Monday. Today's Thursday. I'm starting today. I woke up this morning with the idea. I'm taking a step toward that idea. Hey, I need to feel better. I need to feel healthier. What can I do that I know will give me a fast result? And the probability of it moving me toward what I want is higher than the probability of moving me away from what I want. I know from past experience that if I don't eat sugar, and usually I'll do a 10-day one, but I've got some stuff coming up that I want to, I don't want to set myself up for failure ever, right? I don't expect to succeed 90% of the time, but I also don't set the rules up in my own life and in my own games to fail. Why would we do that? A lot of us do, right? A lot of us self-sabotage. Trust me, I've been the queen of that in the past. But we set things up so that we can't possibly win. We define things in a way that we can never get there. If you don't believe me, sit down with a piece of paper and put the word success at the top of the page. And then write down all of the things that have to happen in your mind right now in order for you to let yourself feel successful, right? Just do that. It only takes about 30 seconds, and you will realize as you then go back and look through your list that 90% of what's on that list is preventing you from feeling successful right now. Guess what? If you're alive, if you woke up this morning, you're successful. Wherever you are, however old you are, you have successfully made it through every day of your life so far. That can be your definition of success. So you can set the definition of things, the way you define things, as successful or not successful based on how you choose to define success. Me, here's an example. Oh my, I'm full of examples today. I honestly believed that I would get married and I would be married for my entire life. I was never going to get divorced. My parents, my grandparents were awesome role models for perfect relationships. And I honestly believed that I was never going to, once I got married when I was, was I 30 or 31? I was maybe 31. I was 31. I was 31 when I got married. So I was older when I got married. And I just assumed and decided I was going to be married my whole life. And of course, I'm divorced, so that didn't happen, right? And I wasn't as mad at my ex as I have been, and as hard on him as I have been on myself about that not being a reality of my life. To me, part of my successful life was defined as, being in a committed relationship and being married to the same person my entire life. Now, that is setting myself up for failure, right? Because I only have partial control over whether that's going to happen or not. Now, I have some control in, do I pick the right person? Obviously, I didn't pick the right person. How do I behave in that relationship to make sure that it's going to be successful? I believe that if I give 100% and they give 100%, we have a much better chance of that relationship working out. In any relationship, by the way, not just our personal relationships, but in our business relationships as well. If both parties give 100%, the best they can of themselves, that partnership, that business relationship, that personal relationship, that friendship is much more likely to last and be beneficial for both parties than if you believe that, okay, I get 50%, you get 50%. Whenever we don't disagree, we just split the difference. Yeah, that doesn't work. That was my snotty girl voice. Didn't even know I had one of those. So that's an example of setting yourself up for failure, right? For a long time, I was beating myself up because my marriage didn't work. Well, guess what? There was reasons my marriage didn't work. Number one, I picked the wrong person. Number two, I didn't listen to my intuition. Number three, we are great people separately, but together we stink, right? Together we are just not a good pair, but separately we're fine, right? So set things up so that you can succeed. Make quick decisions toward what you want, knowing that a lot of the steps that you take aren't going to work out the way you think they will. They might work out better, right? They can absolutely positively work out better, but you have to hit the road and take those steps. So talk about that. Talk about how taking your show, your business on the road, and going into different market, different industries, solving the problem that you solve for people differently in different geographic locations, to different groups of people. I mean, maybe you develop, I'm not going to give an example of this because it would be in depth, but whatever it is that you do, chances are once you get a successful system and you're doing it for people successfully, or you're providing a solution with your product to people successfully, it's easy to expand your reach. You can go on QVC, you can get exposure that way, you can go on the internet, you can actually do events or demos in different places, in different ways of reaching the people that you can serve. So taking your show on the road, that is a really powerful strategy that the vast majority of businesses don't take advantage of. You can franchise. Franchising is a way of taking your show on the road, right? Without having it cost you a ton of money. Or you can take on business partners or things like that. There's all kinds of ways to do it. So talking about hitting the road, taking the show on the road wasn't even the beginning of the discussion. It was just talking about hitting the road. Fun Day Challenge 44 today. That was fun. It was actually a cool one. It was, if you were an ice cream concoction, you have to draw a picture of what kind of concoction you would be. So that was kind of fun. It made me laugh. It talked about one of my biggest fears, and is why I liked the saying. It had something to do with not being average or normal or vanilla, and what kind of a flavored ice cream would you be. I definitely meet X that quote, but I'm not looking at it, so I don't know what it is. What kind of an ice cream concoction would you be? And you're supposed to draw a picture of it. So now I like vanilla. Vanilla ice cream is actually my favorite. Now, is it my favorite because vanilla is my favorite flavor? Yes and no. I like the flavor of vanilla, but I like vanilla ice cream because it can become anything, right? You can put absolutely anything you want on vanilla ice cream. You can mix anything you want into vanilla ice cream for the most part, right? You can't mix absolutely every flavor into chocolate or any other flavor, but you pretty much can with vanilla as the base. So I always like vanilla because it's a solid foundation that I can build upon, right? And that's how I've always looked at vanilla. And I don't think of vanilla as nothing or average or normal, whereas normal, I was always, one of my biggest fears was that I would always just be normal or average. Most people in the world strive to be normal and accepted by everybody else. I'm like, heck no, I don't want to be like everybody else. I just want to be me. And secretly, everyone else on the planet, absolutely positively, just wants to be loved and accepted for who they are, who they really are. Not who they're pretending to be, not who their ego says they have to be, but who they really are inside. And that's, of course, an infinite, amazing, awesome human being, right? That's true of everybody. Even the people that we can't stand and that make us the most crazy, inside of them is an awesome human being, right? They might not behave that way, and I've, people in my life, just like we all do, that drive me crazy. But I know that deep down inside, they are a human being just like I am. And the way they behave and the way they act sometimes is a reflection of how they're feeling inside, not about me. It's never about me. And when I remember that, it's a lot easier to get along with everybody. Challenge. I'm going to start a sugar challenge today. I'm just going to do 5 days. That gets me through Monday. And then I might add another 5 days onto it. Sometimes I'll do that. But I like to undercommit and overdeliver. So if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to for sure do that, and usually much, much more. But I want to solidly know that if I make a commitment, I'm going to do it. I'm going to commit to myself that for 5 days, I'm not going to eat added sugar. If I say 10 and I get to day 8 and I know I've got a big event and a big thing going on, it doesn't guarantee that I won't be tempted to eat sugar. And sometimes you hurt people's feelings if you say, no, I'm not going to have any of your birthday cake, or I'm not going to even have a bite of your birthday cake. Don't even cut me a piece. You can always have somebody cut you a piece and not eat it. But then if they bust you not eating it because they worked all day to make this amazing cake, then you feel bad, and you don't necessarily want to hurt people's feelings over a little bit of sugar. So 5 days for sure, no sugar challenge. Also working on my live challenge workshop, which will be March 23rd. Why March 23rd? Why the heck am I waiting so long since I decided I'm going to do a challenge and I start today? Normally, I'm waiting so long for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm actually purposefully making it more professional because I don't want to say to please other people, but to please myself. I've done a lot of things in my online career, not in my offline career. In my offline career, I was the epitome of professional, right? Well, I was always me, but I was the corporate culture enhanced version of me, where I followed the norms and the paradigms and the beliefs of the organization just enough to keep me gainfully and successfully employed and performing in the organization. But I also sprinkled in enough of me so that I didn't go insane, if that makes any sense whatsoever. To people that have been in corporate America for a long time, like I was, that are really different. We're different than cogs in the machine, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. If you've never have, or if you've never thought that way, just ignore me. So normally I do that, but this time I know that it's time in my online world to start drawing my line in the sand, picking what I'm going to do, who I'm going to serve, and then really doing the best I can to serve that group of people. I have mistakenly and kind of purposefully been testing the waters for a couple of years now, which is why this is day 753 of me talking about my online journey as I've gone from the offline world to the online world. I've tested the waters and tested different things, looking for, of course, my passion, the group that I just wanted to work with, my people, my tribe. So far, I haven't found them. I spent a whole year going after women business owners, right? Not with a vengeance, but with pretty good effort. But I didn't brand myself. I didn't put forth the image that appeals to women, or the target women that I want to attract. I haven't done it yet. So this challenge, number one, I'm traveling a lot in March, so I had to find a time when I can actually be back in my home front and I'm not traveling. I don't like doing challenges when I'm traveling. It's not impossible, but it's harder. It's more challenging to do a challenge when I'm traveling, especially a more structured challenge. And I want to take this challenge on the road. I want to do this challenge again and again this year as my way of bringing the people that I really want to work with into my world and serve them in a bigger, better way than I have been. One-on-one coaching, it's awesome, but it's really, really time consuming, and it's, I love it. It's so rewarding when it works out. But if I don't do a great job screening the people that I'm selecting to work with one-on-one, it can be like doing real estate for me. It can be not a time suck, but a soul suck, in that, you coach people and you help them and you give them the best advice and all of your 47 years of business experience, knowledge, and they don't want to learn from it. They want to keep going out and making their own mistakes. And I've had a couple coaching students like that in the last year or so, and I'm just like, it's exhausting. because you know they're capable of so much, yet they don't see it themselves. And that's mindset things. And I am not a mindset coach. I understand, and I realize for me, personal development, and for everyone, whether they know it or not, personal development and honing our skills and becoming a better human being is our number one best investment on the planet. It's the number one thing that we all need to do. But nobody wants to think that the way they think isn't 100% right? Everybody believes that their beliefs are the beliefs. The way they see the world is the way the world is. It's reality. But when we step back and we look, we realize, we don't know what we don't know. And sometimes that's okay, but a lot of times if we want a big goal, if we've got a big dream, it requires that we become the person that's capable of stewarding that big dream into the world. And that involves, lifelong learning, personal development, and growth. So I want to do a better job with this challenge, kind of branding it and putting it out there to professionals be attracted to. And in a more consistent way. If I look back on my life, one thing I could claim is that I am the queen of chaos, right? Chaos and challenges and figuring, I want to say shit out, right? Figuring stuff out as it comes up in a quick and easy and fast and efficient way. And then finding a way to solve a problem and then make that problem so that it never comes back again. Sort of my superpower thing. But that is a really stressful way to live. I think it's better if we structure it and plan it out and have some things in place that are automatic and that they make our life run more smoothly and just are easier, right? I think as I get older, I want to be a jam grandma. I want to be more comfortable. I want to be more at ease. I want to have more freedom. And that's why I came online. That's my driving personal force underneath it all, is because of the way I want to feel. Guess what? We all do everything because of the way we want to feel. We, get involved in relationships, we take jobs, we go on adventures. Everything we do is because we want to have a certain feeling. And that's a whole topic for another day, right? Anyway, that's what's going on. If you would like to be a part of the live challenge workshop, March 23rd, just hit me up in the comments below. I have not selected or set up the page. I'll set up a funnel for it through email, but through social media, I'm not sure what page I'm going to do it on. I was thinking of doing it on my Supersize Your Business page or my Thrive Challenge page and group. The thing is, with Supersize Your Business, I already do a live video in there every single day for that group, and so I'm not sure that's the right place to do it. I think I'm not going to do it there. I'm deciding as we speak. I think it'll probably be on the Thrive Challenge page and Thrive Challenge group, because that's a group I can pop up and down, and I can pop into and not. That's the Thrive Challenge group and page is where I've done lots and lots and lots of challenges. I haven't done all my challenges there, but I've done several there. So hint, secret, if you want to see some really cool challenges, you could scroll back through the history of that. I mean, you can go back years and find challenges that I've done on that particular group and page. All right, if I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I challenge you to have an awesome day. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.